Hey everybody, welcome to Vlogmas Day. I think this is day 15. And yeah, welcome. Have you subscribed yet? Have you hit that bell to let you know when I have a new video out? Come on, let's go. Y'all should have told me I had something in my teeth. Anyway. All right, so this is story time number 2. My first story time that I'm going to put up here was about why I need new traditions and why new traditions are important. Today, I'm going to talk about how my dog changed my life. So I had been wanting to get a dog for a few years. I felt like it was time, and I love dogs so much. I loved animals so much, and I thought that maybe I can have a dog. But I thought I was going to adopt a dog towards the end of 2017. Or I said maybe by the time I was 40, I would get a dog, and that would be that. I had mentioned I want a dog to a lady that went to an organization I went to, and that was a part of. And she's like, well, what kind of dog would you want? I was like, I think a Chihuahua. I don't know why I said Chihuahua, because they tend to be a little bit more aggressive, you know what I mean? Like, they're a little aggressive. But I was like, I wanted something small because, I have a studio apartment, and I didn't want to have to worry about, space in general. I have a big studio. You hear her? There she is right there. She knows I'm talking. So now she's going to make her presence known. Go say hi, Minty. There's the dog. Anyway, I think it's great that she's sitting here so you can see who she is with her little legs. Anyway, I said that's what I said I wanted. And next thing you know, July or June of 2017, Minty was given to me. She's a gift. She already had most of her shots. I had a few more shots to take. Oh, she had 1 or 2 shots, but I had a couple more shots to give her. And yeah, it was definitely the hardest year of my life. Now, I had been fighting, feeling very, very low, depression, not feeling worthy, having some really dark thoughts about myself because of some transitions out of belief systems that I once subscribed to. And then I left. And so a lot of the people that I was close to, I kind of didn't keep in touch with anymore. And I kind of just went and found my own way. And that process, though, I was very, very sad. Very sad, very just in my own hole. I didn't want to really talk to anybody. I didn't want to really do anything. I still talk to my mother about a lot of stuff, and I'm closer to her now than ever. But during that period, I just felt very, very sad. So I went to go pick up Minty in Harlem, and I started getting stuff for her. And y'all, she was a terror, okay? She peed and pooped on everything. I had to scrub this whole apartment down dealing with her because I did not know how to deal with a dog. I had a dog when I was a kid, but the dog was already 6 or 5 by the time we got them. And I was not very good with animals at all. So I was like, I don't know how good I'm going to be at this, but I was like, I'm a teacher, so it can't be that bad. This dog bit me like 6, 7 times. My hands were bleeding. I had to clean up poop off my bed. I have to clean up pee off, off the floor. I just didn't know what to do. So I started YouTubing, and I started asking friends around. And so I got her a crate. My friend Yvonne gave me a crate that she had for her puppy that she had. And that crate changed my entire life, yo. So once I got the crate and I started training her, I was like, this is going to be my new little buddy. But this whole video is about how she changed my life, right? So there's a park, Juniper Park, which is about half a mile from my house. If I walk to the very beginning of the park, which is on Dry Harper Road, that's about a 7 to 8 minute walk. If I walk to the park area where there's a dog run, that's about 0.7 miles, right? So 0.3 miles or 0.4 miles to the top of the park. And then to the middle of the park where the dog run is about 0.7 miles. So I discovered the dog park and I started walking her on the leash. I got her when she was 4 months old. And I started walking her on the leash all around, and I just I didn't feel confident taking her off the leash yet. I was so nervous. So I used to go to the hockey rink that was closed, and I used to go to the playground area because there were no kids there, because I used to take Minty around 7 o'clock. I used to leave my house like 6:30, 6:45. I got to the park for 7. And then we used to hang out for an hour or so. You know what I mean? This was in the summer when I didn't have to work or do anything, right? And I did work, but I only worked like 2 days a week in the Bronx. So, no big deal. She was 4 months old. It was nuts. Anyway, we started getting to the routine of things. And then one day I decided, I was like, you know what? Let's have Minty. This was like when she was like 6 months old. I was like, let's have Minty go off the leash. And she was good. She was really, really good. And we walked the whole park every day since then. But getting out the house, meeting new people, meeting dog owners, and just facing the world is what my dog got me to do. And next thing you know, I'm starting to get fresh air. My body is dropping all of its heaviness, physically and mentally. And I started feeling a lot lighter. I just start feeling a lot less pressure on myself to be perfect. Because the one thing that I know for sure is that my dog loves me unconditionally. And even if I get on her and say, come here, don't do that, and don't put that stick in your mouth and stop licking your butt, right? Because that's what dogs do. She always greets me when I reach the house. She's always happy, and walking bonds us. So I just walk and walk and walk and walk until I can't walk no more. And she walks with me. So I think one thing that really helped me was that I left the house. I'm getting exercise. I am smelling the fresh air. I'm getting some vitamin D, and I'm meeting new people that weren't in my circle. Do you know what I mean? And so since they weren't in my circle, I wasn't comfortable, and I had to get to know. And not to say that I'm very vivacious and loquacious and outgoing. I'm definitely an extrovert, like probably on the extreme side of extrovert. And so I had no problem making friends, but everything that I knew was already provided for me for a long time. So that's probably a whole nother story time. But anyway, with all that being said, I discovered a whole new me with my dog, a whole new me. And I didn't know how much I changed until I went back to Kentucky in October, and I had traveled the world. I had, from 2017 up until October of this year, I'd seen everything. Not seen everything, but I've traveled. I've performed my show Tubman so many times, like probably at this point, like 60 something times. And I wrote the show and I traveled with it. And my friend Jermaine, shout out to Jermaine Johnson. My friend Jermaine, we hang out all the time. Every time I'm in Kentucky, he always makes it his business to come and see me. And I'm so grateful for his energy, and I'm so grateful for his observations, and, just him spending time with me. I think it's important that we honor friendships and we honor time, valuable time that we spend with our ones we care about, our loved ones, So Jermaine and I have been friends since college, and every time I'm in town, because he lives in Louisville, which is an hour away from where I'm always visiting, Lexington, Kentucky. So he came and visited, and we hung out. We got some Indian food, and we just hung out, talked pretty much all night, like for a few hours. We went all over the place trying to find food, homecoming weekend in Lexington, whatever. And he said, "You're so different. You're lighter. You're not fighting anymore." And when he said that, like there's like this weight or like this heaviness that kind of went. Whew. He goes, because every time I saw you, or every time that we were in each other's presence, you were always fighting, and you seem so open now. And I got to say that working on my past mistakes and trauma, and also walking and thinking about things and meditating while I'm walking, has helped me so much. And I know the biggest reason for my change is my dog. Just a Black girl and her dog, conquering the world, seeing the world. There are certain things I wouldn't do as a walker, and now that I have Minty, I'm like, okay, let's turn this corner. Let's go around this way. I'm just taking more risks. So my dog really, really changed my life. And I'm very grateful to have her. Like, at first I thought I was going to be this dog mom. I was like, my dog is an animal. That's it. And now she is like my daughter, like my fur child. You know what I mean? I say it to my people all the time. I'm really taking care of her, and we really bond. And there is just nothing like having a friend that values you and your energy and your smell and your tone of voice, everything. And my dog is just that for me. So I'm very thankful. And I think it's been a really positive experience for me, having a dog. And then she definitely changed my life. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think in the comments. Minty, tell them bye. Her breath stinks, y'all. Minty, tell them bye. Smells like Fritos.